What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Dean, aka the Blue Crusader. So what we're going to be doing today in today's Minecraft video, I'm actually going to be showing you how to build an unraidable faction base. Now, a lot of you guys are probably wondering why my game looks so nice today. My game looks nice because I'm actually using a combination of a texture pack, Optifine and an Optifine shader. Now I've literally had hundreds of people asking me on some of my newest top videos how to get this shader. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you guys what the shader is, just in case you guys are wondering as well. So the shader is actually called Chocopic 13 7.1 Extreme, so if you do want to download that, that's how to get it, and you can watch how to install Optifine and Optifine shaders on my channel if you want to know how to actually install the shader itself. Now we're actually going to get into the content of the video. So today we're going to be building an unraidable faction base. I'm using LB photorealism texture pack as well, and I'm actually having the game on the very highest settings, which is probably why it's loading so slowly right now. For this, what we need to do is we need to actually find water or a water biome. So as you can see, we're actually on a brand new world right here because I did want an ocean biome in the end. I realized that that's the one that we actually need for this. I'm going to be building a faction base in the ocean, and you're going to realize just in a few moments, because this faction base is going to be really secure. The reason we want to build it in the water is because when people swim, they obviously have an oxygen bar, and when they have that oxygen bar, it makes it so everything's a lot harder because there's a chance of them dying really quickly. So to build this faction base, you want to go to the bottom of the ocean, and you won't be able to see it all. I'm in creative mode, but you guys are going to build this in survival, which makes it even harder to build. And I kind of feel sorry for you having to build in survival, guys, but if you want to take time on a faction server, you're going to have to take time building a big faction base. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to go all around and we're going to build kind of like an outline of what our base is going to be, and we're just going to build a large cube underwater, but this cube is actually going to have different layers to it. Now the bigger you build it, the more secure it is. If you actually add more layers to it than me, it's actually going to be a lot more secure. What we're going to do is we're actually going to be putting a few different layers on this. So the base in itself, when we get inside, is actually going to end up being quite small, because when there's different layers in, it means there's not going to be much space for storage or much space for anything that we're going to put in the base. But it just means that the more layers there are, the more obsidian that they're going to have to destroy whilst they're in the water. Obviously the water makes obsidian farming really slow, and by that time they're going to run out of oxygen. Now I'm not sure if there's any kind of potions that can kind of assist with that and stop them from drowning, but the amount of layers, we're going to have at least 2 layers on this of obsidian, which means that the majority of inexperienced raiders on the server are most likely going to just drown before they can even touch your base. So I'm going to go ahead now and just fill in the cube and then show you the next step. So this is the bottom floor of it. This is just a large big obsidian plane. Now what you need to do is we need to make a wall on each side of it, and this wall needs to be submerged underwater. It can't be above water, and basically we're just going to go around and fill this wall in and do the exact same thing for the roof. But what we're going to do is we're going to keep the roof actually hollowed out, so we're not going to fill in the cube, because that's what we're going to do later when we add more layers to it. So just go around completely, and we're going to build it a few blocks high, and then we're going to seal it at the top. So now I'm actually filling in the roof, guys, The reason I'm filling in the roof is because obviously inside the base we're going to keep water in, so we're actually going to finish the layers inside before we drain the water. But the problem you're going to actually have is the hardest part is actually draining the water, because water is so annoying to drain in Minecraft. Now there's a few ways we can do it. We can actually drain some of the source blocks. Obviously in this case it's just running water, it's not a kind of bucket of water, so there's not really going to be a direct source of it. So we could use buckets, but we're also going to use sponge. So later on what we'll do to drain the water in the main center of the base is we're just going to fill it in with sponge. But for now we're just going to finish the roof, and then I'm going to drop down inside and we're actually going to finish the layers. Okay, so now there's literally no light inside here whatsoever, it's just a void. And this is where the hard part begins, because we cannot see a single thing. So we're going to put a few torches down here. You won't be able to do this, but with my texture pack, the torches actually still create light even if they're not in your hand, which is a good thing because it means we can actually light up the base. And also when you hold a torch, it lightens up the area as well. So you'll see this is one corner. What we're going to do is we're going to place a block here, and then place another block here, and then place a third block. And where you place the third block, we're going to start making another layer from. And that should mean that basically there should be 2 blocks on each side on the outer rim. So it's going to be a layer, and if you've done it right, there should be 2 blocks on either side. So now we can go ahead and we can just fill this round. Now like I said before, this is actually really hard to do because it's so hard to see inside, because we're literally underwater with no light sources and we haven't drained any of the water at all, guys. If you go to options then video settings, you want to turn up the brightness to bright. You want to turn it up to full, otherwise there's absolutely no chance. You're probably going to see even less than me. Watching this video right now for you guys, when I haven't got my torch out, it's probably super pitch black, so you probably don't even realize what I'm doing. But trust me, use the torches to your advantage and kind of get your bearings. Like I said, there should be 2 blocks on each side if you're doing it right. So there we go, 2 blocks, and then we're going to join this up to the other side, and then hopefully, as you can see, we now have 1 layer. Now the base inside mine is extremely tiny. The bigger you build this box, the more layers you can have. Now I'm only going to have 1 layer in this base because it's going to trap the other people in the water through here. But for you guys who have a bigger cube or a bigger box, you can actually make multiple layers. Now this layer we're going to make is going to have water on the other side. Some of you guys might want to be a little bit adventurous. You might want to make layers of cobwebs or layers of lava as well, which will make it even better, and that'll stop people even more because there's even more of a danger. It's like double danger. They just come in, there's water that slows them down, cobweb that makes them stuck, and then obviously if they get through that, lava pours through. So there's so many different creative ways you can do this with, guys. I'm just going to show you a simple water base for now. And this texture pack's making it pretty hard to understand where I'm going because the blocks obviously look all the same. And this is a realistic texture pack. This is LB photorealism. But don't worry guys, you're not going to be in the dark for a long time. I am going to drain this water with a sponge in a second. But I'm just going to quickly finish up this layer, make it go to the roof, and then we're going to get onto the draining part. Okay, so now we're actually in the base. We're in the middle of the base. This is the base where you're actually going to be able to build because we've built the outside layer. Now we want to actually get some sponge. So what we want to do is we want to get some sponge. You guys can use buckets if you don't have access to sponge. And we're going to use the sponge to just drain all of the water. So you can see that we're draining a bit of the water now. So now if we go to the roof, there's no water because we sponged it all. And you'll see the water's kind of going down a little bit. So now, hopefully, I think we've actually drained all the water. Hopefully, I think so. Okay, so when you drain the water, you'll know about it because basically all of the water droplets are going to come through the roof. So it's going to be pretty obvious when everything's drained. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go through and we're just going to get rid of all these sponges. Now outside of this base, through this block wall we've just built, there's still going to be a layer of water, and that's where people who are trying to raid the base will still be trying to get through. You don't want to destroy any of the blocks in the wall, because otherwise the water is just, it's only going to keep rushing through again, guys, and we're going to have to drain the whole thing again. So make sure not to do that, because that is obviously a terrible idea. But yeah, place some torches down, illuminate the base. This isn't really an interior design video on how to design a base. This is just how to make a base protected. So now we've actually got a base. Unfortunately though, the layer around the base doesn't really cover the top of the base. What you could do is you could also fill the actual roof section in with cobwebs. The reason why you might want to do this is, like I said before, if they can get through the one layer of obsidian in the roof, it's going to let them into the base. So if you put cobweb down to slow them, you can obviously get a chance to actually get them when they come in. So you might want to place down that, because with this design, the roof only takes one block to destroy. So the roof is kind of the weakness. Obviously we could make this roof lower. Obviously there we go, we filled everything in with cobwebs. But like I said, we could make this roof lower. We could fill in the roof, make it even lower. I'm not going to do that, but if you build the base one block higher, you could build the roof one block lower. So you can build a layer of cobwebs and then build more obsidian here, just to make it even harder to get through. Because when they mine through the roof, the water's going to rush down into the roof, and then they'll go into a cobweb. And if you put another obsidian layer below that, when they drop through, they're going to drown when they try and get in, because they'll be in a cobweb slowing them, they'll have water on top of them, and they'll have to mine another layer of obsidian. So you kind of understand how everything can be even further protected and secured. So that's kind of how to build a base, guys. And obviously the floor layer is only one layer of obsidian as well, so you could further protect the floor layer. I'm not going to do it, but basically to build the most strongest faction base, you need a combination of cobweb, water, obsidian. You can even throw lava in there, and just be really creative with it, guys. This base is actually super secure, because for one, unless the people are cheating with like X-ray or cave finder or something like that, they're probably never going to actually find your base, for one, because it's actually already underwater. But it also has a lot of different protection on it as well, with the different types of blocks, so it's kind of like a double win on your half. So all in all, really good things, guys, here, and this is how to make an unraidable faction base. If you guys have better designs than what I showed you in this video, let me know how this base can be improved in the comment section below for you guys who are crazy good at building, because I'm sure a lot of people would really be helped out on further improving this. And if you want me to make an even better base, then if we get 50 likes on this video, guys, I will make the most insane unraidable faction base, but this time it won't be underwater, it'll be in the sky. We'll make a crazy sky base. So if that interests you guys, smash the like button, drop a comment below if this video is helpful, and subscribe with notifications turned on so you don't miss awesome daily Minecraft videos. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.